All right. One day I gotta write that guy a letter about wrote that music that I borrowed for free and tell him to watch our campaign. Anyway, uh, welcome back to Tales of Mateia, session 24. It's been a while, it feels like, but it's only really been 2 weeks. Anyway, so last time, um, you guys, those who were here, completed combat against the top investigators in the city who surprise attacked um, all of you, Kaylin, Paxton, Thea, and then Fizz ended up jumping in to help out. Combat spanned for a little while, where you ended up killing the number one investigator, Lear and Dacus, the hot elf-looking person. And the metallic-ish monk-like person threw an item to kind of distract you for a second, and then took off running somewhere deep into the city at speeds where you were unable to chase him down. You guys looted the body of Liaren and threw all the items into your bags of holding, and decided to make a quick escape. But prior to Anthea casting transport via plants to hop ship out of Moreau, Fizz had a short little goodbye with his father, and then the group hopped into a plant portal and ended up just outside of this little port wharf city in the woods out here. The city being that of Bazwin Wharf, a city that Anthea has been to before, and has kind of been showing you guys around a little bit. But when you guys got here, you decided to firstly kind of establish yourselves and get some rooms at a local, one of the two inns. The one you chose was the Curious Ducks, with the other one being the Salty Squid, but you opted for the Curious Ducks because who doesn't like ducks? But from then, you explored the town a little bit more, eventually making your way towards, three of you making your way towards the blacksmith shop, with Fizz kind of pulling up the rear after working on some stuff of his own kind of creation. And they met the owner of that blacksmith, whose name is Kildor Kiperos, an older male druidic dwarf who, when inquiring about making non-metallic armor for her, he did reveal that there was something that he's never tried to make, but he does have the items with which to make it. It is just a very, very hard to make piece of armor, vegan armor, called the Armor of the Beast, and said that it would take about a day or two to complete it. So if you would come back in a couple of days, he would be able to provide you with said equipment, and then sold a few bits and bobs of, I think it was pieces of iron or steel, to Fizz for some of his inventions. And from then, you guys decided to just kind of explore the town a little bit more, and that is where we left off last time, leaving the blacksmith. And you do have your three giant frog friends that Anthea summoned in the combat, who are with you for probably another 10 to 15 minutes. These giant frog folk who were your protectors, and they look quite muscular in the thighs. Giant quads of frogs. But yes, you do have the entirety of the town with which you can explore. You do know from last time that this town isn't super huge. There's only about 300 people here, primarily fishermen, tradesfolk, and like the blue collar workers who do a lot of hunting and woodworking from the forest that's there. Obviously fishing, like I said, and then passing travelers and adventurers. This is a very eclectic kind of melting pot kind of town. It does have the wall down on the south end of it, just kind of protecting it from any would-be invaders, so they can at least close the gates if need be. But it does make most of their money for this town from the fishing and the trading. So they do get people who stay longer than others, some who come and go. It's a very kind of easygoing place where people just kind of make it easy, nice living here. But there is a general goods store, fishing goods and supply store, the blacksmith shop you went to, two different taverns, a enchanter's shop, and then there is a town guard here as well. They're not super well equipped, and there aren't a lot of them, but there are obviously those who kind of just protect the town from like wolf attack, bear attacks, and general things that would be unbecoming for the residents of the town. So we find ourselves here in Baswin Wharf, kind of in the later afternoon. Um, Everything's still kind of up and going. The sun's still in the sky. It's not like it's going to set in the next 20, 30 minutes or anything like that. And you have your thick frog friends for a little bit longer. What would you guys like to do?
Did anyone else have shopping plans?
Yeah, I think I needed to go to like the enchanter, right? To pick up the final stuff I needed for my project.
Yes, you did mention that you wanted to go there.
Yes. So I need to head there and finish my shopping.
Okay. I was gonna say if anyone needs anything or like whatever others are doing, and they would just kind of follow, I guess, because I'm waiting a couple of days for my stuff to come in. So if anyone needs help fetching things, she would kind of offer to help, or um, kind of getting spell components together, that kind of thing.
Okay. All right, so you guys can make your way to the enchanter's shop, which, as you're kind of walking through the town, you remember from speaking with the tavern owner, Dennis, the human male, kind of told you about some of the places in town, some of the hot places to go, like the named locations that would be interesting for adventurers, just in general. Kind of trying to work at business for other people so you can get more business back. But you know that the enchanting shop's name is the Invisible World Turtle. And as you guys kind of make your way into the enchanting shop, you see as it opens, you hear this like it almost if lights that sparkle could make sounds, like if you could hear sparkling, that's what it sounds like. It's very strange, like crescendo of music as you kind of make your way through the door, and you see kind of working and stacking some of the shelves and dusting off some things is this quite tall, about 6'4", 6'5", clean shaven, short brown pixie cut like brown haired elven person kind of turns to look at you, and you see they have these piercing orange eyes, and it almost looks like they're floating. They don't. The robe is really low, like it's dragging on the ground. But as they kind of walk from one shelf to the other before coming over to greet you, it doesn't look like they're raising their legs to move. It almost looks like they just kind of float as they move. They look at you. Well, hello. Is there something I can help you with today? What can I do for you?
Uh, Boy, I forget what you said I needed. I think it was like a special magic trigger, something like that.
I believe that was right. 'Cause you're making a firearm, correct?
I'm making the Tony Stark gauntlet to fire to either blind someone up close or shoot a spray of flame.
That's right. You need the
And I needed something to trigger and burn up the bag, safely burn up the bag of black powder to drop into the burner to actually trigger it.
makes sense. Yeah.
I need. Oh no! It was like magical string or something like that, right? That like auto
Enchanted.
repairs
Yeah.
itself.
Enchanted fuses. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Um. Oh. Enchanted fuses. That's what you're looking for.
Hmm. Also, I don't know how much I'm gonna do with the voice because I don't remember it. But just assume I sound nullish.
Um. Yes, that's fine. I can do that for you. How much do you need? You looking to make two gauntlets or one? Let me ask you that.
One gauntlet, and I imagine in the middle of the burner, it's probably like at least three strings connecting to drop it.
Okay. So about like 6 to 8 inches of
Yeah, yeah,
string.
yeah.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I can do that for you. That's no problem. That would be about 6 gold pieces. Just-
Gucci with that.
All right. If you'd give me just a moment, I can enchant some string for you. No problem. Feel free to look around my store, and if anything interests you, or if you have any other enchanting-based questions, I can see what I have available to you.
Ooh, okay. I gotta dig deep into my mad scientist brain to see if there's anything else I can make up.
Everybody roll me a D100, and I'll
Oh.
say what you can all each just randomly spot.
Boom! I was really hoping I'd get a 100.
It was really close, though. 33 and a 32.
Yeah.
All right. Pax,
roll as
roll me
well.
a D100. See what we get.
I will. D&D
And then I'm
Beyond
just going to go in
Beyond
order
Beyond.
numerically, like descending. So that way I can just follow this list I have over here. I don't.
You have a full list, homie?
I do, yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
I have
He's got his
multiple tables, my dog.
D100
Oh,
list.
D100. 32.
Oh my gosh.
Re-roll that since you
What's happening?
somebody rolled a 32. So re-roll it, Michael. 45.
45.
I like it. I like it. All right. So, Fizz, as you're kind of following this elven person as they kind of move back to the station that's not quite behind their main checkout desk. It's kind of off to the side. It's like this. It looks almost like it wants to be an alchemist table, but you see there are runes carved into it, and there are different magical engravings and components kind of on it. You see that they pull out one of their wands and some string, and they start messing around and tinkering and doing some magic and chanting some words and doing different somatic forms with their hands to enchant this piece of string. It's a lot of work to enchant a piece of string, but it's impressive. You notice that you kind of what catches your eye. Both you and Thea kind of pull your eyes to the same place, and because you both roll so close, you both see 2 different potions that are kind of in the same cabinet that are a little bit locked away. But you see this interesting yellowish liquid with an eyeball bobbing inside of it. And as you kind of look at it, you see underneath it, just kind of written in what looks like Elvish script, but in common, you see that it is a potion of clairvoyance. And then, Anthea, as you're also looking over at this shelf, you see that there's 2 potions of clairvoyance, and then the potion that you see, Anthea, is this red potion that continuously contracts to a really small bead and then expands to like the red in the liquid contracts into a small little red bead and then sits there for a couple of seconds, like this red bead inside this clear liquid, and then it expands again and fills the whole bottle with this red liquid, almost like the liquid itself is reducing in size and enlarging, and you know this to be a potion of diminution.
Cool.
And there are 4 of them there. So you guys see both here. I'm just going to... Oh, wait. I'm going to turn this on if it'll let me, and then I can just post them in things so you know what they do. So here's the potion of clairvoyance, and here's the potion of diminution. But yeah, so you 2 see those potions. And then... Pax, as you're kind of maneuvering through the shop as well, you find yourself also over at that same type of cabinet, and you see that beside the potion of diminution, there is a potion that seems to be doing the opposite. It's a bead that's getting really, really big and then shrinking back down to a smaller size. And you see that there are 3 potions of growth. You guys both kind of watch as these 2 beads are both getting smaller and bigger, almost like in opposition of each other, kind of like they're synchronous dancing together in their little potion vials. And Kaylin, you are you see these potions, but they seem to be getting quite a crowd now. as the rest of your party are kind of looking into this cabinet. They are quite interesting, but you find yourself over near almost the clothes section, as you find that there are many different articles of magically infused clothing and shoes and whatnot. But the thing that kind of interests you the most, or that you have noticed the most, because it's kind of just dragging your eyes over, is it looks almost like, you know, those like 1920s hats that they wear in what's that show, Penny something?
Dreadful?
A bowler hat?
Not a bowler hat. I forget what the show is called.
Penny Dreadful?
Penny
Penny
Dreadful?
Dread. Maybe. I don't know. But you see that there is this cap, which kind of has like little bubbles kind of popping all around it. And as you kind of put your head near it, you see that one of the bubbles kind of floats over and just encapsulates you around your head. And for a second, it feels like you are going to suffocate, but then you realize you can breathe inside of this bubble. And as you kind of pull your head away from the cap, you realize that you see the title underneath it, and this is a cap of water breathing. So these are the first things that you guys notice. And I will say that there's also, I'm gonna roll 2 more D100s as you guys kind of notice that there is a chest with 3 padlocks on it, and the glass on top of it is kind of a little tinted, which requires you to all kind of walk over. But as you walk over, all right, you guys see in there are 2 things. There is a potion. There is a single bottle full of crimson liquid that is pulsating with dull light. And as you kind of watch it, it feels like your own heart is beating in rhythm with this potion. And you see on one of those little triangle folded piece of paper inside of it in very, very fancily script. And whoever speaks Elvish, which I know at least one of you do, you see that this is detailed as being a potion of vitality.
Oh,
Pretty sure I do.
I do.
Okay.
I think from Evermeet I would have to, really.
Yeah. Those of you who speak Elvish know that's what the title of this is, and you can obviously share this information with your party.
Yeah.
But also, there is something else in here. There is a little box about a foot long, about 4 inches deep. Pax and Mateia immediately both recognize this as being a spell scroll case. And as you kind of look at the inscription on the name, all it says is Supreme Spell of Unknown Level. But I will tell you that it is a spell scroll of 8th level. Number 8.
Damn, I was about to say, this would be a
Ooh.
sign if Alex just gave us an unknown spell scroll and it turns out to be Wish.
You have no idea what the spell is, but those of you who are spellcasters know that the only way to truly know what a spell scroll is, short of the person who made it telling you what it is or you making it yourself, is to open it, read it, and then cast whatever it may be. But looking at how this spell case is still closed, it looks like it has been opened maybe once before, but the spell scroll case itself is in very good shape. And they kind of look up and go, I've opened that once before, and the magic on that is is very, very strong. I dared not read it myself, as I would rather try to make a profit from it rather than trying to, use it myself. So, if any items in the shop interest you, you are more than welcome to purchase them. I'm almost done over here. It will only be a few minutes. My name, I'm very rude, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Arbane Venlar, the proprietor of this shop. So, I'll be with you in just a couple of minutes. I'm almost done. But you guys can look around the shop some more if you want to. If there's anything specific that you potentially might be looking for, they might have it.
Yeah, I got a very specific question.
Mm-hmm.
If there would be, like, what would have to be done to either add to a potion or, like, dilute a potion to be able to change it from drinking it to being able to pour it on an item to affect an item?
Which potion are you wanting to?
Diminution and growth.
I will say that you. So instead of it lasting for 1d4 hours, we'll say that it can affect however many you buy can affect an item. It can affect 1d4 items for 1 round.
Okay.
So we can do it that way. If you're going to break it down, which you can totally do, you can basically just split it into smaller vials, and then you could almost use it as like an oil or an unguent for your items, and you can kind of gloss isn't the right word, but paint it with that oil.
Yeah.
Oil it, I guess, and it will take effect for one. It'll do 1d4 items or an item for 1d4 rounds. That's what it is. Yeah. So that many items for that many rounds. That's what it is. Not hours, because that's too much. So, but yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. The wheels are turning.
Does he have any jewelry for sale?
As you look around, they seem to have a jewelry case kind of sitting over there. Is there a specific kind of jewelry that you are looking for?
Yes. I am actually looking for... Make sure that I'm actually looking for... Is it... It's not the Ring of Evasion. What's the one that overlooks difficult terrain? Ring of Free Movement? Is that what it is?
Free action, I think.
Free action, yeah.
Roll me a D100.
Sure.
If it's over 50, he has it.
Right.
They don't have it right now, but as you kind of look and they notice that you have a disappointed look on your face, they kind of speak up. Is there a specific item you were in search of that I don't currently have?
Oh, yeah. I'm looking for a ring. Someone's told me about it before. Apparently, if you wear it, like, hills and, messed up lands don't cause you any issues when you're trying to move across them. Looking for one of those.
Oh, you're referring to a magically tunable ring of free action.
Yes. I believe that's what they're called.
Well, I don't currently have any in stock, but I do have the jewels needed to make one. I just don't have the metals needed for the band. If you could acquire the metals, I could make it for you at a discount, as I already have half of the items, and you would be acquiring the other half of the materials needed to create it. I could happily make it for you.
Do you have do you need a ring, or can I get you something that has the ability to get turned into a ring?
I need steel that can be. I need a specific type of steel. It is a type of icy steel. It only comes from the coldest places. I don't necessarily know. I don't have a great idea of where to find that. But if you can mine steel out of an icy tundra or a place with continuously cold weather, I can enchant that steel and put it into a ring for you. And what I will say is, out of character, if you acquire them this ice steel or this icy metal that they are searching for, not only will it do all of the effects of Ring of Free action, you will no longer be able to be grappled. It will add that on there as an additional buff on top of paralyzed and restrained, so you're basically unable to be grabbed.
Awesome.
It's a little bit of work, but it's more of a benefit. So
Okay, and what is the name of the city that we're in?
Bazwin Wharf. It is Bazwhin. Bazwin Wharf. Oh wait, there's no H in Bazwin. It's just Bazwin. Yeah. Man, I can't even spell my own city's name. It's actually this. Jesus. There you go. Bazwin Wharf. Baswin Wharf.
And then what was the procurer's name here?
Their name is this. As you kind of
got it.
as you speak with Arbane a little bit more, you see that their features kind of fluctuate between some like a stronger masculine jawline and some more feminine features on their face in general, and they kind of look like they present as all across the spectrum of gender, so they're not quite placed anywhere. They are very interesting as far as being placed in this very blue collar town. They don't seem to be a person who would likely settle here, but they seem to have found a place here. They're very strange and very magical, but they're also very nice, and they seem to have a good business going if they have all these super magical items and
Yeah,
they can make more. So
well, I guess I have one additional question for you.
Mhm.
Do you have the ability to enchant armor?
yes, to a point.
What I would be looking for is to take some armor and make it so if I how do I explain this? If I want it to turn into, say, a different shirt or a gown or a button up, it'll do that on its own while still allowing me to feel safe.
Oh, you want glamour weave?
Sure. I don't. She has no magic. She doesn't understand magic. She just knows it can do some stuff.
Mechanically, is that what you're
Yeah,
asking
looking for.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to
Cool.
get.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yes, I can do that. I will just need to enchant the thread, which will take a couple of days, and then I will need to do the actual physical labor of sewing the equipment together. But I can do that in about 4 hours. So it'll just take me a couple of days to enchant the thread. Which, speaking of thread, they hold up your ignition string, and it is complete.
Time to put it all together.
So is it glamored studded leather you're looking for?
Depending on how much it would cost, I would love to get a +1 studded leather set with the glamored on it. So it's a.
Well, glamored studded is +1.
I wanted. Oh yeah.
Is that
Yes.
what you're looking for?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That is what I'm
Yep.
looking for.
Cool. That with the work that would cost, because it is rare, 500 gold pieces.
500 gold pieces.
Mhm.
I can do that. Can we say that I went and got the leather, the studded leather, and then brought it back because she only has regular leather on her right now?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, and we'll say that as part of because regular studded leather costs like what 5 gold pieces, 10 gold pieces, something like that.
Fine.
All right, yeah. So just take 10 gold pieces off your inventory, and then they'll just charge you 490 in the end since you're bringing them a full set. But they tell you it will take a couple of days, like they said, to enchant the fabric, the thread, because that's a lot of thread that they need to work on. And then they will be able to spend a couple of hours and just thread it all together for you.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Well, that's let me take your name. And they pull out. They open a drawer that's underneath their cash till, and they pull out a piece of paper and they write up a order slip, similar to what they did with what the store merchant in Moreau did with bags. Writes up an order request. If you wouldn't mind, I would like 50% of the payment now, and then another 50% upon completion of the work.
Yes, of course. And I will reach into my bag and I will pull out 50% of what is owed,
Okay.
and I will give it to him. So 250.
Yep, 250, and then in a couple of days, are you staying in town, or is there a place I can send a message to reach you?
Yeah, we're staying at. Don't
The
remember.
Curious Ducks.
We're staying at the Curious Ducks. You can send a message there.
I will make Dennis aware when the project is complete. And they pull out a small, not really small as in not super deep, wooden box, and they put your armor in there. They put some thread, like a spool of thread in there, and then your order sleeve, and then they put it on a shelf behind them, under the in the section that says "Work to be completed." So they put that up there. There's maybe one thing above it that they're working on, but yours will be done in a timely manner as well. Is there anything else anybody is interested in? Anything I can do for anyone?
Not me.
Think I'm good, says Pax. Yeah, all good here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, are you planning on staying in town for a few days? I know you said that you're staying over at Curious Ducks, but do you intend to stay here for an extended period of time, or? I'm not trying to be nosy. I'm just curious.
Insight check that. Does this person have
Sure.
ulterior motives? Asking
Go
this?
for it, and go for it. And
Total 20.
they seem to be on the level. They're legitimately just curious. People that they've never seen just rolled into their shop and are dropping some coin, and asking about stuff. They're just generally curious. So that's all.
Gotcha. Well, we're just here visiting the area. Our friend here, and she'll Kaylin will gesture towards Anthea, has been here before and insisted we come. So we are going to be here for a little while.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're going to be in town for a little while, maybe there is something that you could do to help us out.
Oh, what are you thinking?
Well, you. Oh, forgive me for assuming. You all look like you can take care of yourself in a scrap. Um, is that an unfair assumption?
Well, that's very true. We've been through some sticky situations, certainly.
Okay.
What do you have need of?
Well, so I don't. You might have seen the swamp before. He points over towards you, and you've been here before, correct? If what they say is true.
Yes, of course. And I may have even collected some specimens from that swamp if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Yes, and it is the swamp that your character is in fact thinking of. Well, so I don't know how long ago you were here. I assume it was more than 6 months ago. It was.
Yes.
But there has been some type of, we don't quite know what, but there has been some some swamp issues. We used to go there and collect. We would fish there sometimes. We would collect the fauna from the bottom of the swamp. When it was more a lake than a swamp, it was still a little muddy, but there was able to, as you probably noticed, it was fairly clear. You were able to collect samples of fauna, the flora and fauna from the body of water itself. But in the past 6 months or so, something has happened, and the water has seemingly become tainted, and it has become poisonous swamp-like, I guess would be the best term for it. We don't necessarily have anyone who is strong in natural magic education. Our blacksmith is druidic by nature, but they aren't strong enough, or should I say, smart enough to. He's very smart, just not in the realm of study. He's very good at what he does, but this is out of that realm of professionalism for him. Plus, he's just busy. There's something. Every time people have gone, adventurers who have come from out of town, or even citizens who lived here or have stayed here for a while, have gone there, they have not come back. There have been rumor that there was a secret buried at the bottom of the water itself. But as that secret spread and that rumor spread, people have traveled there and they have not returned, nor has any more information regarding the rumor gotten any further, as nobody has, survived long enough to figure out what's down there. Supposedly, people who have been hunting or working nearby have heard strange sounds coming from there, and when investigators went to see what was going on and never came back, there were screams and there were different strange unknown sounds coming from there.
Did
The
it
smell
seem to be
is
animal sounds?
Maybe. I'm not quite sure. It just sounds horrifying from what I've been told. I myself have never gone. I don't wish to get caught up in a death swamp, as I am quite comfortable and quite happy with my life here with my shop. I don't wish to die unceremoniously. But if you were able to figure out what's causing it, maybe your knowledge of the natural world will be able to solve the problem and allow us to regain one of our local resources so that we can again start using the flora and the fauna and obviously bringing life back to something which was quite a great place before, as you probably knew, as you said you collected samples from there. If you were able or willing even or able to do that, I would happily give you either of the items that piques your interest in this box here, pointing to the Potion of Vitality and the 8th level spell scroll. I would give you either of those for your troubles, as they are my two most valuable items that I have here. But if you don't wish to do it, that's fine. No pressure. It may have been bold of me to assume, but I figured since you were here and I was making something for you and it was going to take a couple of days, maybe you could spend some of that time just taking a look. But again, no pressure if you don't wish to. It was more of a curiosity than a...
I wouldn't see why not. Looking at Anthea, what do you think?
I think we could handle something, at least to experiment or see what's out there.
You said this was over some creepy swamp water.
Yes, it's about a half a day's travel away. But the what is now a swamp, which used to be more of a lake, it isn't super huge. It's maybe about the size of a football field. It's not super big, but from what I've been told, it smells sulfurous, and the sounds coming from there are very abnormal and horrifying. So it's in that direction. I wouldn't recommend going this evening, as it is going to be getting dark soon, and it'd be best to try and investigate with some light. And if you don't mind me saying, he kind of looks over at Fizz. You look a little worse for wear today, if I may say so.
Do you
But
have any... I feel like this is a question that I shouldn't be able to ask, but magic is weird. Do you have anything that would allow us to, I can't believe I'm saying this, walk on water?
Oh. Yes, actually I do. One second.
I lean over to Anthea and I'm like, magic is super weird. Is there anything magic can't do?
No, actually, magic can do almost anything.
Ah! You heard me.
Like eavesdrop.
Exactly. Yes. This. 1 second. They go to the back, and you hear a couple of drawers opening and shutting, and you hear them mumbling to themselves, "Where is it? It's around here somewhere." Ha! And you hear a drawer just slam shut. As they come back, and they hand you a scroll. This is a scroll of water walk. It will last for an hour. It will let you walk on pretty much any liquid surface: water, mud, snow, quicksand, lava, stuff like that. Yeah, up to 10 people, and there's clearly not 10 of you. Well, are those frogmen? They look inquisitively out the door as your 3 frogmen are just kind of standing there, just ribbiting between themselves, looking like bouncers outside of a club.
Yes. Don't be worried. They're very friendly, actually. Despite their large size. And then I'm assuming around now they're probably going to disappear soon anyway.
As you're kind of all turning and looking, they all just kind of turn into a bunch of smaller frogs. Like the big frog just drops into a pile of hundreds of small frogs, and they all hibbity hop away.
I'll look over at Kaylin and be like, "Yeah, magic can do a lot of strange things."
The look on Kaylin's face is just complete confusion, but like fascination and horror all mixed into one.
But yeah, they hand you a scroll of water walk, and any of the people who can cast spells can cast water walk.
So this person's an enchanter, and that kind of goes hand in hand with also kind of being alchemy related. So I'm hoping
they could probably dabble in a little bit of the alchemist side of things if they really need to.
That they have some alchemical compounds for me, if possible.
What kind of compounds specifically are you looking for?
Alright, I'm gonna give you a list.
Just type it and send it to me.
Alright, I'm just gonna type it in the Roll20 chat.
Please send all of Fizz's notes and diagrams.
Hold on.
It'd be really cute to see like his drawings and diagrams with it. That'd be really sweet.
Oh, I've been making them, yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
There you go.
Alright, this is this is gonna look wild, but just trust me.
Alright.
I have
See what's in Fizz's mind.
Hold on. There's a lot.
But yes, if you are interested in that, here is well, you know how to get there. You've been there before, but it's generally that way. About half a day. You will smell it, I assume, before you get there.
Yes, sulfur.
Really? You're going to give me actual chemical compounds?
Yeah.
Okay. Strontium, calcium, sodium, barium, copper, magnesium.
Oh, and I guess sulfur.
Are you making gunpowder?
No.
Half of that makes gunpowder. The other half makes highly explosive material.
I know.
He's making grenades.
Just trust the process.
As you give them this list, they're like, well, I may have some of these items buried away in the back somewhere, but I'll have to spend some time looking. It's not often people come in asking for um, specific alchemical reagents, but I can definitely look for you. As I will see you in a couple of days anyway when this item is complete, I will search my stores and see if I have any of these things for you. But I can tell you, I likely will at least have enough things that I could put a small alchemist kit together for you if you are in need of such a thing.
Right.
If you are able to help us with the swamp situation, I will throw in the alchemy kit as well for free, and any other minor item that each of you may find need of. If I have it available, give it to you in lieu of a gold payment, as I don't necessarily have a bunch of free gold to spare.
I support that.
All right. Well, here's the scroll. Feel free to use it whenever, but do know it only has a duration of 1 hour. But I wish you the best, and I hope to see you here in a couple of days. So, good luck.
Jalen
And
very
they just-
gingerly takes the scroll and like very gently hands it to Anthea
won't-
because
it
she
won't-
does not understand magic, so she's like, oh god.
It won't harm you. It's a piece of magical paper rolled up. It's fine.
It's still magical.
It's not a bomb. I do have those.
No!
Magical bomb. Anyway. Good afternoon. I have other work to attend to now. And they kind of like give you the, unless you have other things you wished from me, please leave me to work kind of look.
And do.
All right.
You remember from your conversation with Dennis, the human tavern owner of the Curious Ducks, that dinner would be ready here in a couple of hours, and you're getting probably about 20 minutes from about that time. So you can either explore the town a little bit more if you wish, or you can head on back. What do you guys wish to do?
I guess we could go searching for other potential quests. I have nothing specific to do.
I finished all of my shopping and planning, so
Mm-hmm.
Then because now I'm in mad scientist mode, can I go to the blacksmith
Mm-hmm.
and see if they can melt down this +1 plate I have and rework it?
What do you want to rework it into?
I want to rework it into a like a very large tube, like a piping that has a very large hole at the end, at either end. I want to make a very big barrel.
Carol.
Okay.
Not like big, but I'm
Like
big
a
enough.
cannon?
Like no, not cannon size. More like
Like shotgun or like rifle size?
no. I want it to be like. Hold on, I gotta get image reference.
That's fine. He probably can. So there's that. But we'll say you go back and you give it to him, and then you guys can make your way back to the tavern, where Dennis has meals coming out. There are a few other folks here. Some look like they are shipwrights. Some look like more pirateers. There are a few people who look like they probably live locally. They're wearing like carpentry clothes, or someone has an axe strapped over their back, but it looks to be more like a tree cutting down axe, not like a battle axe or like a hand axe. It's an actual like woodworking axe. And you see that their different groups are kind of keeping to themselves. I mean, this place it's kind of loud, but it's everyone kind of having their conversations with each other rather than getting rowdy and like throwing parties and fights and stuff. This place seems to be real chill, relaxing, a nice place to just come and hang out, enjoy the atmosphere, and be in the presence of other people without necessarily being in the presence of other people. if you know what I mean.
That's fair.
Like a
Yeah.
coffee shop vibe.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's kind of doing
People are
their
there
own
to kind
thing.
of talk
Yeah.
and work on their laptops. Their
Yeah.
fantasy laptops.
Yes, they're on their fantasy laptops,
All right.
Perfect.
in their scroll cases, working on their scroll.
Sending my reference
Yes.
into the Discord. I want the end of the barrel to be as big as that, as open as that, and I need it to be like 11 inches long.
Cool.
Okay, and you just want one of them?
Just want one.
Okay.
I pulled out a measuring tape in real life.
Okay, cool. Well, he can do that. Jesus, I can't believe I just rolled that. I rolled a d4 for reasons, and I rolled a 4 on the d4. So I will tell you, it's going to take him a little bit, like a day or so, to melt it down to not lose the magical properties of it, because you want to be very. I assume you want to keep the magical properties of the blade.
I don't know if it'll matter in the end for the final product, but sure.
Cool. So it keeps the magical properties. I rolled a d4 and I got a 4 on the d4 because in my mind the d4 was going to be the excess metal that was going to be on it, because there would be some. How many rings of protection it could be melted down into. So that will be 4 rings of protection.
Oh, okay.
But you will get those when you pick up the other thing. He tells you it'll be about the same. He'll have that ready when the armor for Anthea is also complete.
Okay. So I'm going to remove the plate +1 from my inventory.
Mm-hmm. And then eventually y'all will get 4 + 1 or 4 rings of protection, which you don't all have to wear them if you don't want to, but they'll be there. You can always sell them, just not to him. So he will not buy back his own product that he made you.
What?
But yes, you guys have dinner, and as the evening kind of passes, the sunset here is very, very pretty. You're literally looking out and you're seeing the sunset over the ocean. And you know that the ocean here is wide and vast and as far as the eye can see, and the evening salty breeze just kind of blows in through the tavern. All the doors are open, all the windows are open, and the evening just kind of comes in a nice relaxing kind of chill kind of vibe. This is the most relaxing evening really since you've been back from the Shadowfell. Really. Yeah, because the only other super chill night you had was when you were with Naomi's sister. And then after that, everything went haywire. But yeah, this is the first relaxing day in a while. So you enjoy it. You eventually find yourselves
Yay.
getting tired. You all go up to your rooms, and you can all go to sleep unless there's anything else you wish to do for the evening.
Can I, during dinner, can I like take some time to put together my Iron Man gauntlet?
Sure. I forget what I said that could do.
I can either use it up close and blind someone with a saving throw, or I think I can shoot a jet of like a. I think we agreed on like a scorching ray.
That's right. What's the lowest level scorching ray? Level 1 or something like that? I don't remember.
Scorching ray 5e Google.
It's a level 2 spell. So we'll say that you can either blind it at whatever your spell DC is, because I know you have one. It'll be that, or you can do it as a 3rd level scorching ray, which is 4 beams instead of 3.
Right, one of us is gonna have to make this item.
Yeah, just write that down, because I'll forget that. It's basically it's a once a day use of 3rd level scorching ray, or you can blind, I'd say, up to your proficiency bonus.
Okay, gauntlet. Blind up to proficiency bonus, and I use my save.
Mm-hmm. And then once a day, 3rd level scorching, or 3rd level scorching ray. So
3rd. Okay.
Yeah, 3rd level, because you'll get 4 beams instead of 3.
All right, that is in my notes.
Cool. And then just send those to me later, and I'll just make the item and put it in there. So for all points and purposes, you will say, roll me a, just to see if you complete it tonight or if you need a little bit more time, roll me a Tinker's check using intelligence or dexterity, whichever one you wish. Just describe to me which one you're using.
I'm going to say dexterity.
Dennis also asks that you not work on things in the middle of his dining hall. So you can go outside. There is like patio seating out there where there's no like people eating, so you can go.
Well, we got rooms, right?
Oh yeah. As long as you're not doing it in the middle of his dining hall, he doesn't really care. He doesn't want you to blow up his tables. So, but yes, roll me that tinker check with whichever of those skills you chose.
Yeah, I'm going to be using dexterity because, he's just kind of throwing it together.
And then you have proficiency in tinker's tools, so 18. Yeah, we'll say that you you spend a couple of hours on it and you complete it without much problem.
Wow.
You'll probably be able to upgrade it later with additional materials to do different things, but as of right now, it's what we just decided it was. So, cool. All right. So with that, you guys, unless there's anything else you wish to do, you find rest for the evening. Laying down, bellies full, windows open, evening sea breeze kind of blowing through. You hear the sounds of the ocean waves just kind of washing up on the edges of this town. You guys all find yourselves asleep. You benefit from a long rest, recovering all of your HP, your spell slots, your abilities,
Hooray.
all that jazz. You feel rested. Anthea, Fizz, if either of you wish to change your spells for the day when you wake up, you can do that. Pax, you're kind of stuck with spells until you level up, but that makes it easy too. So.
Well, I can't change spells. I'm just on a technicality because I have a feat.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's right. I forgot.
So that's why I said on a technicality, I'm a spellcaster.
Yes. But yes, so you have that going for you, and you guys wake up in the morning to the smell of what you believe to be fish. As you make your way downstairs for breakfast, you see that Dennis has prepared a morning fish dish. There's some steamed.
Can I offer to help him?
Oh, absolutely.
Can I? So I want to flavor this as like I have Hero's Feast.
Oh, spicy.
So can I do that?
Yes, because I remember saying that you could cast it the first time for free without needing the component, but after that you will need the component. So if you wish this to be your free one-time cast of it, this can be that item. It's fine.
I think it'll be cool because it also makes us immune to poison and being frightened and helps with wisdom saving throws. So I don't know what we're going into.
And it also gives you more HP to your maximum.
It does. So for 24 hours we'll have that. So I will cast that. I think it's a good choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you cast. So you're gonna burn your 6th level spell slots. Well, if you want to do it this way, do it at dinner time. If that way.
That's true. Can I do that? And
yeah, absolutely.
And then get the spell slot back. Okay.
Yes, you can absolutely do that.
Clever.
So
sorry for interrupting breakfast.
You are fine. You guys, during dinner last night, Anthea popped into the kitchen and helped Dennis cook. You spent an hour eating, and so for here's the actual spell. But for the next 24 hours, so until dinner time tonight, you guys are immune to poison and being frightened. Make all wisdom saves with advantage, and your hit point maximum increases by 8, and you heal up for that. So there you go. So awesome. You guys wake up in the morning feeling very, very good, very, very well fed. A rogue with 100 HP is wild. Mine had that at level 10 too. It was great. But yes, so you guys wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy? No, that's the right one. But yes, you guys wake up, you feel great.
That is right.
Oh, I know. You guys have the whole day ahead of you. What is your plan?
I'd want to check on ships or transportation to eventually get us to Evermeet. I mean, we're not going for a while, but
yeah,
at some point over the course.
Oh, 100%. You know, just from kind of walking through the town yesterday with Anthea, you kind of saw it in the distance, but over here where the primary docks are, you heard someone kind of yelling and barking out orders. There was a lizard folk looking person. They looked to be bald with like silvery gray scales, and you saw it looked like they may have been an eye patch. You're not sure, but they were holding up what looked to be a clipboard and just pointing to places and yelling stuff. And you imagine that's likely the wharf master or the harbor master, and they would more than likely be the person that would be able to give you information on ships coming in, coming out, those type of things. So you know that you could, at any point that you needed information about that, you could always make your way over there. So that seems to be
At
his
some point
full-time
of our
job.
travels, I would do that then.
Yeah. So, yeah, he basically tells you that every day new ships come in, new ships go out. But one, as far as ever meets, he'll keep an eye out. But there isn't one heading that way that he has on his roster for yesterday when you would have spoken with him. But just to check back every day, and it will very likely be within the week that somebody will come, because they come from that general direction fairly frequently. So just keep checking back with him, he says, and you'll get one. It's like trying to hail a taxi and hoping you get to where you're trying to be. So, but all right. So, what's your guys' plan?
I suppose we could check out that swamp.
All right.
Agreed. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
If I can remember, I'll try to lead the way back to the swamp.
Okay. Yes, you start to lead the group kind of this way. And you know that from what Arbane told you, it's about a half a day's journey. And as you're kind of walking more and more, you kind of hear the plants kind of whispering to each other every now and again. At least that's what it feels like, Anthea. And you kind of hear the plants almost, you get this sense of like mourning or sadness or fear kind of coming from the general direction that you're walking. And as you get to about your, this is just, you can speak with plants if you want to.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I need to know more about why they're so sad.
Okay. What kind of plants do you wish to speak to?
I mean, if there's some that look especially droopy or sad, I'll kind of.
There are some willow trees.
Like if there's, oh, that would be very weepy and sad. Okay, I will go and speak to the weepy willows.
Hello.
Hello. Well, you look so sad. I couldn't help but notice, and I just wanted to see. Are you okay?
I smell bad.
Okay, we've all been there. It's usually more of an animal problem than a plant problem, but
The water
anything I
makes
can
me
do to help?
smell bad.
the water makes you smell bad. Is the water bad?
Yes.
Oh, well, where did the water come from?
You see that the willow branches that hang low, kind of a gust of wind picks up, and they just kind of blow in a general direction. Like they're pointing with their willow branches and leaves in the direction that you were walking.
Okay. Okay, do you know what caused the bad water?
No, it's too far. It just tastes bad and makes me smell bad.
Does he actually smell bad, or does he just think he smells bad? Like, can I actually smell him?
His leaves and his willow branches, little tainted in color. They're not that like greenish white that they should be. They're almost like this weird pale yellowy color, and they look kind of like they're full of something. Like something has become toxic to them, almost. So.
Okay. I'll try to collect a couple leaves and then sort of gesture to everybody that basically reiterate what the tree has said. Looking a little bit like a crazy person, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
You just see Anthea talking to a
Tree
tree.
said what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll translate.
Yeah, you translate willow um, to everybody else, and yeah, Tree tells you that you kind of imagine, because trees aren't necessarily, unless they're awakened, they're not the smartest of things. They just kind of
Yeah.
say what it is. That the what tastes bad is the fact that their root systems are so deep and reach so far that they're likely absorbing the water from this now
Bad
no
thing.
longer clear lake. So that's what's tasting bad for them, making them look and smell and just generally not be good. So
Okay. Well, let's head onward towards the foul stench then, shall we?
as you guys walk for a little bit further, maybe about another 30 or so minutes, you start to smell what smells like rotten eggs and sulfur fumes. And you imagine that you're getting closer and closer to your destination. And as you finally break the tree line, you guys find yourself here. You see that you basically came from this side, and all the patches of what look like bright green grass are effectively little like patches of island per se. The rest is like gross looking water. There is a beaten up old shack maybe over here, maybe a bullywug or something at some point lived here, but it doesn't look like anyone's lived there for a while. There's no canoe here, so don't worry about that. But the water itself smells very, very bad. It's very sulfurous here. The water is this deep, murky green brown. It's not translucent or transparent at all. You can't really see more than a couple inches deep. And every now and again, you see like gas bubbles kind of well up, and then you see like some sulfurous fumes just kind of just dissipate into the air. And this place smells horrid. Basically looks like something has poisoned this what should have been beautiful body of water. The trees here look as they do. They look very dead. They were at least in the process of becoming very, very dead. Um, yeah, that's what you see thus far as you approach.
What do you think? What should we do, guys? Should we go in quietly?
Do we? Well, we really don't know if there's a person living in that house over there. So I do think that approaching on the air of caution would be best. Would you like me to take the lead?
That does sound good. You would be a good diplomat for this.
I can certainly try, especially if we end up making random friends here. But they may know more than we do. So, or they may be the cause of the problem. Kind of depends.
That is true. Hopefully, they'll be more friends than foe.
I do hope so as well. Looking up. Excellent. Looking up, does it look like if I could get a rope attached to this? No, probably not that. I probably couldn't swing over to here, huh? From like this corner. Doesn't stretch far enough across.
Throw a rope up on there and then try and swing across.
Yeah.
So basically, you could throw a rope from here to here. That's 15 feet, and that's 40. But I'll say, you would, because it would take a little bit of rope, because you'd basically have to throw it over, catch it, and tie it, and make a loop. You probably lose, I'd say, about 3 feet of rope to do it. And then if you wanted to try, you could basically do an acrobatics check with a fairly low DC, because you'd have to release about up here and try and just land in over here. So it's possible to do. It's not super hard. It's just with a rope, it will be easier. Without a rope, it could be a little more challenging. But it's definitely possible.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can get over there fairly easily and knock and see if, or peek inside and see if anybody's home. Would you like me to go
That's a
check?
good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, if you could check.
Sure. And I will walk over to here, and for the first time you see, she sticks out her right hand, and a glove appears on it. And as she goes, she looks like she's making a throw to the branch with the gloved hand, and it doesn't really look like anything is happening until you see a piece of rope throw out of the glove. And I'm gonna use my glove of rope summoning.
Whoa.
Yeah, glove of rope summon rope.
That's cool.
And I want to try to latch it around the tree, the most solid tree branch.
Okay, go ahead and roll because you have target of it because you don't have to like lasso actually it. Because you can also return the rope to your hand, right?
I figured either that or cut it off. I have 3 charges of it, so
Okay.
just however you want to flavor that.
Yeah, so let's say that you shoot it up there, and let's just do a acrobatics check to see how well it kind of loops around and then latches on. We'll basically say that it can have like a little hook at the end of it if you need it to, and it can just like wrap around and hook to itself. So
Awesome. Total of 20.
yes, that is not a problem at all to get that over there. So as you go to swing, since it's basically coming out of your hand, it's very hard to lose it. We'll say it is a straight dex of DC 10.
Yeah, I wrap the gloved hand around it, and then I wrap my other hand around it, and I take a couple steps back, and I just go like Tarzan, like wee, for a 24.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
you have zero problems. You just as you get up, you just release the rope and you just kind of backflip and land like ta-da.
She makes it look so easy.
So while Kaylin is like dexterously flipping around to get over there, what are the other 3 of you? Where are you maneuvering to? What is your plan?
I'm just gonna stay there and like kind of just watch and see what comes out.
Okay.
I don't think I'll necessarily ready anything. I'm just sort of watching because we're hoping they're friendly.
Okay. How about
Only
you, Pax?
friendly?
Like last time I was here, I'm assuming it was friendly.
Mm.
This place, so.
Can I just quickly like dip a finger in the water, see if anything happens?
Yeah, roll me a DC 16 con save.
Okay.
Oh god, good luck.
Okay.
You dip your finger in there and you feel it start to burn, but you pull it out quick enough where you don't take any damage from it. But it definitely, you pulled it out quick enough where you see some of the hairs on the edge of your fingers on the back in front of them start to singe a little bit, and your finger's red now. If you would have left it in there for any long, failed that con save, you would have taken some damage. But the water here seems to be poisoned with sulfuric acid, and as you are immune to poison, so breathing the air does not in fact make you have to make con saves every round. That was a mechanic I built before you hit me with heroes. So there you go. Yeah, you completely annulled one of the mechanics of the swamp, which is good for you.
Thanks, Alex.
But yes, so the air smells bad. It doesn't feel good. Like you can feel it burning a little bit in your lungs, but not enough to really do any damage, as that Hero's Feast kind of made like a protective liner for the inside and outside of your body against poison. So it tastes really bad, like you're just eating and breathing in stanky rotten eggs. But that liquid definitely feels acidic.
Could I potentially, being in, someone who works a lot with different things, I figured I could safely know what sulfuric acid would and would not melt.
Yes.
So could I perhaps say that my water skin is acid proof and try and glug some into the water skin?
No, but if you have any vials.
What about vials?
Mm-hmm. But no, because water skins are typically made of like an organic material, and sulfuric acid will eat through organic material. It will eat through your stomach liner, which is thicker and stronger than a wine skin and a water skin. So you could do it, it would just burn through it. So, but the three of you roll me insight check.
God, I really just want Fizz to run immediately
That's
back to
his
the
motto.
town. and
You
come
can
back
do
real
it.
quick.
You might just burn through it.
I'm about to just run back to town and be like, guys, just wait a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
Be back in a day.
By three of you meant whom, Alex?
You, Anthea, and Fizz.
And that was insight, correct?
Correct.
Burp.
Does anyone else have vials I could borrow?
I've got to have a vial. That's a 7.
Wow, you all rolled really bad. This is a really gross swamp. The gas bubbles are welling up and they seem to be coming and going in waves. Like sometimes there is a multitude of bubbles that explode and pop, 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 pop. And then there's a couple of minutes where there's none. And then there's like a large, probably 5-foot bubble of gas that just explodes and kind of acid sprays everywhere. And Anthea does have them because Cannon, that's how one of the sleeping potions in her hat broke, put her to sleep a few games ago in Moreau. So yes, Anthea has some in her hat.
I'll give him a non-broken one.
But yes, you see some large acidic bubbles just pop, and a lot of gas just hisses and blows out, and some acid will land on like trees and different organic materials and start to kind of burn through it a little bit. You see that the piece of land that you're on is very, very slowly kind of being weathered away, like ocean waves hitting the beach, kind of just slowly weathering it away. It looks like the acid is slowly doing the same thing to this. In the meantime, back over to Kalen, who acrobatics right over to where you are. What you want to do? What is your plan, Kalen?
I muted myself and did not realize it, and I was having witty comments the entire time. Story of my life. I would like to sneak up to the window and take a peek inside.
Okay. Go ahead and do that. Roll me that sneak check first of all.
Is the sneak check for not being noticed, or is the sneak check based off of sound?
Both. If you're trying to get there as possible, it's up to you. If you want to try and just be like stealthy as in not seen or hidden, you can do that. I think you have stuff to do that, right?
The reason why I ask is because when it's relied on sound only, the Boots of Elvenkind give me advantage.
Oh no, it would be a general sneak, so a general stealth check, so not just on sound. Because there are like windows and stuff in this place.
Okay, perfect. Sneak. Can't be. 23. That is the lowest I can roll.
I think this is the first time I have ever gotten that your stealth check failed. As you sneak up here, you look through, and as you go to look through, does a 16 hit?
Yeah. Actually, it's gonna have disadvantage on me because I have the Cloak of Displacement. The 16 still hits, yeah.
Cool. So you try and sneak up. I'll tell you, I rolled a 16, and it has a +9 to perception. It rolled a 25. And so you, as you go to sneak up and kind of try and peek in, you get hit with a tentacle for a 15, and you are immediately grappled. And you see in the window a giant froghemoth
Oh.
creature.
Oh no.
Everybody, roll me inish, please.
Could
I
we
get
say
off,
before
man?
initiative,
We should
I
have
got
been
my
closer.
vial?
Oh yeah, you gave your vial. That kind of was happening while Kalen was
Oh,
trying
yes.
to be sneaky.
That happened.
Yes.
Why am I getting a +9 initiative?
Did you take the alert feat?
No.
I don't know why you have +9 to initiative.
Got a paladin that has a
Grapple.
+9 from some weird Azorius paladin boosty thing that was very surprising on Friday. I'm like, how do I have 30 initiative? Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
confused right now on my
Why?
own initiative. I have a question for the DM.
Mhm.
Don't ask questions, all of you, when I ask this. Does this world have a Geneva Convention?
I mean, probably for war.
Okay,
I've had enough accidental genocides.
I'm gonna break it.
Oh
Uh,
no. Questionable ethics. Okay.
That is pretty funny.
18 on my initiative.
Okay.
Why is my stuff all... Okay, I thought my thing was in French, but that's his surname. I'm sorry.
What?
Hey, no,
Max's
that's fine.
surname looked French at first glance,
Wow.
and my phone accidentally switched to French earlier, so anyway, sorry.
What's your initiative, Kaylin? There you go, 19.2. Cool. Alright. Cool. Alright, so Kaylin,
Is it in the house or did it bust out of the house?
as it smacks a tentacle out to grab Kaylin, you see that all of its arms just explode out of the remaining of the house, and there's this giant froghemoth right there. Oh, because you have quick draw, you add proficiency to your initiative. That's why.
There you go.
Yeah, so you add your +4, so because you have a +5 dex, +4 proficiency, that's why you're +9.
There you go.
You're a quick fire. So Kaylin, you are currently grappled. If you want to try and get out, you are able to do that. But you see there are 3 other tentacles flipping around.
Okay, so I have two. So I have a question because the answer to this question will lead to what I'm gonna do next.
Okay.
Bonus action. One of the things is steady aim. So basically, it's where you give up your movement, stable yourself, and you can have advantage on the shot. Would I still get that even though I'm grappled? My brain tells me no, because I would be like thrashed around in this tentacle, so I wouldn't be able to stabilize myself.
I would say no, just because you don't have movement as being grappled, so you can't give up movement that you don't have.
Got it. Okay, well then I would like to bonus action insightful fighting.
Ooh, spicy.
So I make it's a
Insight
contest-
against their deception.
Yes.
Okay.
And if I
You're gonna succeed. Do you want me to tell you why? Because this got a +3, -3 to charisma.
Love it. Love it. My lowest I can get is a 19. The lowest I can get is a 19.
And you rolled it. So yes, you. I'll give you. Here's what we'll do, just so I don't forget. It's gonna be just a little orangey versus a little orangey. There you go. That way you have that.
Perfect. So if you succeed, you can use sneak attack against a creature even if you don't have advantage on it. But not if you have disadvantage on it for
but
1
you don't
minute
have
or until you use the feature again. Perfect.
Yep, but you don't
Yep.
have disadvantage for being grappled. So.
And I do not have sharpshooter, so I can't. Well, I have sharpshooter, but I don't have crossbow experts, so I can't do advantage against him. But I can stab him with a dagger, so I'm gonna do that.
Yes, you can. All right, go for that stab.
Actually, I'm gonna hit him with the rapier. I have a rapier.
Okay.
So.
Do that.
Rapier. 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, take a 30 stab.
Yeah, that's some damage.
Anthea, I found you another friend.
He's not that friendly!
That's the end of my turn.
All right.
Bad friend!
Pax, it is your turn.
Is it one creature with several tentacles or several tentacles that are all creatures?
It is one creature with 4 giant tentacles, one of which is currently restraining or grappling Kaylin.
Let's not AoE, then let's just try to Psychic Glance the
You gotta hit him with the -4 intelligence modifier, don't you?
Exactly.
I don't honestly think he can pass the save, short of a natural 20. So, give me that spell.
I clicked and she didn't do. Why didn't you? Let's try again. Do. Cast. That's not doing anything. Is that doing anything?
It is that's weird that it's not.
I'll just do the damage because my DC is 17. So it's possible he gets to see it.
Yeah, I guess it is possible. He's got a -4. He's got to get a natural 20 to pass. Which he won't.
76. I'll just roll and change.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have 27 second damage.
That's a boatload of damage. Cool. All right. Is that your turn?
That's me. I think staying at distances wise, I'll be near Anthea, just in case Anthea needs some support.
All right. Fizz, it is your turn.
Yes, it is. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, I'm just in range to be able to shoot him.
Okay.
Shot 1.
Yeah, that hits. What's the extra 16 on there for?
I don't know.
All right, so we'll just ignore that because I don't know what it's for. So, 31. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that's from either. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have Piercer. When you score a critical hit that deals piercing damage to a creature, you can roll 1 additional damage die.
Okay, well, it's not 16. I know that. So you get to roll 1d8. So 1, so it's an extra 9 damage. Because that will... No, it's just 1, because it's like the other attackers where you just get it when you crit, so it's just 1. Cool. Alright, so 32 damage.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's damage. And
let's see here.
I think you reload after 1, right?
Yeah, so reload...
Do you get to reload as a bonus action now?
I know I can do it as an action, and I have 3 attacks per action, so I've just been reloading.
I think
taking...
you might get to reload as a bonus action.
No,
too.
I think, unfortunately, I think that's 17th level.
Oh, okay.
I can repair as a bonus action.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
He's a frog hemoth, so I'm sure he's going to succeed anyways. But hypothetically, if I shot him with a disarming shot, can we consider Kaylin as an object? Technically, if we really want to go there, some people think of other people as objects.
So I will say, no, he can't drop her, but Kaylin would have advantage on escape DC.
Okay.
If that's the route that they chose to take.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just gonna I'm gonna shoot him again.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend a grit point and make it a violent shot.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah. So this adds +2 to the firearm's misfire score, but if the attack hits, I roll an additional weapon damage die per grit point spent. I'm spending 1 grit point.
Okay.
Ooh.
19 does hit.
And I get to roll an additional weapon damage die, which is a D8.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
And that is my turn. That is shoot, reload, shoot.
Okay. Fizz, I need for you to make a saving DC 18.
A wisdom.
As you see this giant, what was green acid sulfuric bubble, go, you expect it to explode, but instead of exploding. It explodes, and this appears.
Is that what I think it is?
It's what you think it is. Roll me a DC 18 wisdom saving throw.
Christ, you're throwing in, was it Ooblex at us?
That's a nope.
No, I'm gonna Indomitable.
Squishy nope.
Okay.
You have advantage on wisdom saves right now.
You do?
Oh, well,
You're-
hold on.
Yes, you do,
Hold
for the-
on. I'm not
Sorry.
spending Indomitable yet.
Thanks for
Okay.
foods.
I'm spending Indomitable.
Okay, so you get to roll one more time, but not with advantage. It's just a reroll. So,
Nope.
No.
so
Dang it!
you feel yourself as this like strange compulsion kind of comes over you. Kind of turn, and you see this giant gloopy thing, and now you just feel kind of friendly towards it. And you are currently
Aw.
under the guise of the dominate person spell.
Wow, perfect timing. I just ran out of ammo.
Can I counterspell or no? Because I was
He was technically invisible when he cast it, and I would say no.
okay.
But it
Do I
is.
recognize there's an invisible person though?
Well, you
for
see
future
it.
reference?
You see it now. You see
Okay,
that
because
it
he's
kind of
cast the spell. He's not. Okay.
Yep, as the green acid exploded off of this big creature, Fizz kind of turned to it and kind of smiles, and then you see this big, bloody, bulbous red creature with bones and skulls kind of floating around on the inside of it. Anthea, it is your turn.
Oh my goodness. I'm. It's changing
Oh, and the
plans a little
command that it
bit.
will issue you telepathically, Fizz, is to kill your friends. Bring me dinner. So, because that takes
Sounds
no
like a
action to
really
issue
nice
that
guy.
command. So,
Okay, against my better judgment, I am gonna move. Over there. Because I need to be close enough. Yep. I'm going to cast your favorite spell.
confusion.
Please make a wisdom save.
Who are you casting?
Hoping
on?
the tentacle guy. I'm
The
gonna
big
try
old
to free-
tentacle man.
Yeah, I'm trying to free my
Alright.
friend who's trapped by the tentacle man.
Well, what's interesting is, even if he's confused, he's already put the action out there. It won't break his concentration. He'll just become confused. So, wisdom save.
No, other tentacle man, the frog.
Oh, the froghemoth? Oh, okay. That's fine. I'll do that. Because it has a +5.
Yeah, gang.
Still
We
miss
now
it.
we gotta get
man.
specific
Oh, man.
when you say tentacle man now, because there's two of them.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Yes.
other tentacle guy.
Okay.
Yeah, froggy guy.
Alright, cool. So, he is now looking confused. He's still just like, what's the crab squid guy from Futurama?
Why not Zoidberg?
Zoidberg. He's Zoidberging over there with Kalen.
And then we roll a d10. Do you want me to, or
I don't think he has to do that until his turn, right?
oh, his turn? That makes sense.
Yeah, it's wiser
At
than
the
the
start of each
Obelix.
of its turns. Okay,
I don't know why.
Okay. so that did a thing, and
Okay.
then as a oh god, is Fizz damaged at all?
No.
Okay. In that case, I will. I'm too far away to do anything. I'm sorry. I'll bonus action Shillelagh.
All right, so
And
you
that's my turn.
have a shillelagh on your shillelagh.
Shillelagh!
So this froghemoth, I'm gonna go ahead just so I have it up here, easier to see. I'm gonna put the spell card for confusion in here. Although at this point I should probably know it because you know how much I. There we go. All right, cool. So at the beginning of his turn, he's gonna roll just a straight D10. He can't take reactions, so that's good. D10. He rolled a
There you go.
5. Does not move or take actions this turn.
Yes.
Cool. So Kaylin, you are just being held up in the air by this froghemoth, just kind of swaying back and forth. His eyes look a little glassy. It is now your turn. You are grappled still. This guy is real weird looking.
He is. Can I tell if he's in good shape or not, or is it kind of hard to tell?
I mean, he's just been pummeled with a couple of bullets and a stab, and a mental piece of lightning. He's not looking the best, but he's coughing up a little bit of blood, but he's still looking pretty okay.
Okay, I will dodge out of the way of the coughed up blood and take another swing with my rapier at him.
All right.
For 19.
Yeah, that
For
hits.
39 points of damage.
That's
Yes.
a real strong hit there.
I'm aiming for all those weak spots.
Aiming for all spot. All right. Well, that is your turn because you can't use a bonus action to grapple or to break a grapple or anything. So, Pax, you are up.
Okie doke. We don't have Dispel Magic, sadly. I could do some damage to get Fitz out of it, but that just also is risky. So since there's no one actually that close to Froghemoth, correct?
You are, as far as Froghemoth is concerned, you are 90 feet away. Kalen's on the other side of it. So if you had like a spell that would target just a single creature, you could hit it. Or if you had like an AoE, you could always direct it on the front side of the Froghemoth, so it wouldn't hit her. But the Obelix is like 35 feet from you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to AoE and do it. So I'm doing Synaptic Static. So let's see here.
Okay.
I'll paste that in the chat. 20-foot radius makes inch saving throw, or it's 8d6 psychic.
I happen to have this one prepared because Ballista had it way back in the way.
Ooh, yay!
Who are you casting it on, just so I know?
The Froghemoth.
And you're the Froghemoth? Okay.
Yeah.
The one that has Kalen? Got it. And it has to make a... Oh, there it is. Psychic Energy. It is a... Jesus, you're picking his weak saves. Alright. 13 for 29 damage. Alright. And then... Muddled Thoughts for a minute. It rolls a d6 and subtracts that from the number of all of its stuff. And the busted thing about this spell is it's not concentration. You can mess up a whole crowd real fast. Anything with your bonus action or movement.
The bonus action give Bardic Inspiration to Kalen. So D10.
What's the range on Bardic Inspiration?
Ooh.
Because you are 115 feet away. I think it's like 60 feet.
Okay, I think that close then. I'll move closer so I can do it next round.
Okay. Where do you want to move specifically?
Do east. Roll 20 is being weird for me, but yes, just move it kind of.
We got 30 feet of movement?
35.
Alright, so I can put you basically right beside Fizz if you want, right between Anthea and Fizz.
That works.
Alright,
And
cool.
and Fizz.
Alright. Cool. Fizz, you have your orders.
My orders were just to kill. With my
Your
orders
order.
also reload.
Yep, you have to basically use your action as you normally would. You don't have specific abilities, just like your action as like a normal gun action. So you just have to. He gave you the command to kill your friends.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so then I'm gonna back up
Okay.
because I would know how to kill.
Yep.
With my weapon.
Yep. And Anthea and Pax, you have no reason to believe that Fizz is under the control of anything because it just looks like Fizz until he pulls this gun up in your face right now.
Yeah, reload,
So,
aim my boomstick,
Alright.
and I'm gonna spend a grit point to make this a piercing shot.
who are you shooting?
It doesn't matter, I'm gonna be able to hit both of them.
Oh, it shoots right through him?
The first shot's at Pax, and if it hits, the creature takes damage. And then you make an attack roll with disadvantage against every creature in a line directly behind the target.
Oh, snap. All right. Well,
Wow, and ow.
take your shot. 18. I think that hits Pax's AC. I think you're 17.
Yeah, I'm 17.
All right. So 18 or 15 piercing damage, Pax, and then you take a disadvantage shot at Anthea.
Yeah, and it's technically it's not like another reload because it's just the bullets passing through.
Does a 15 hit you, Anthea?
Yes, it does.
It does. So you take 14 piercing damage as this bullet, Fizz just lifts up his blunderbuss, bang, blasts a shot, rips through Pax's shoulder, and hits you square in the chest.
Ow.
Ouch.
That's my turn.
Yes.
How much damage?
15. I don't know why it's not updating on your token, but there you go. I updated it for you on D&D Beyond 2. And then I assume for your third attack you reload.
Yeah, reload, shoot,
Okay.
reload.
All right. Cool.
How much damage was the shot?
15. I took it off your thing already.
Oh, okay, it's not showing up on my end. Great, cool.
Cool. Let's see. All right. So basically, it has to use its action to keep commanding you. So it's going to maintain the spell, but it's not going to command you for your next turn. Instead, what it's going to do is it is going to move right there, and it's going to make 2 pseudopod attacks, one against Anthea and one against Pax. So the first pseudopod will be against Anthea for an 18, for 17 bludgeoning and 17 psychic for 34 total damage. And I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw of 17, please.
34 damage and a con save.
Yep, of 17. 11.
Oh,
Do you have
God.
Don't you have Warcaster?
Oh, I do have Warcaster. I do.
So you get to roll that again because advantage. See if you maintain confusion. You do not. The confusion drops, and Kaylin, you see the eyes of this giant tentacled frog kind of like regain their brightness. And then the second attack is against Pax. 20 for 30 total damage for 15 bludgeoning and 15 psychic. So it's 30 damage to you, and then it's going to move a little bit closer to here and slime up to Fitz. And I need you to make for me a DC 18 Wisdom saving throw. You have advantage because of your Hero's Feast.
You go.
15. Okay. So you fail, and you feel some of your memories start to drain, and you take this much psychic damage, 38 psychic damage.
Oh.
While memory drained, here is what it does. And there's more, but it's not pertinent to you right now. So
Do I get to make another?
you do now get to make another wisdom save against the dominate person at advantage because of Hero's Feast. You pass. You get your memories eaten, and you actually forgot that you were under the control of the Oblex. So you're like, wait.
That's a fun way to play it.
You're like, what was I doing? Oh, all right. Well, all right. But yes. So right now, your D4 you subtract a D4 from all ability checks and attack roll, and then every time you get memory drain, it keeps going up until it becomes a D20, and then you become unconscious.
Mhm.
So that is its turn. And Thea, you just got pseudopod whipped by this big red blob.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. I'm gonna have to wild shape into my fungal form. There's no way around that.
All right.
I will do that. And I would also like to. I'm assuming poor Pax also got hit pretty hard. Who does it look like got hit the hardest? Fizz or Pax?
You hurt more than Pax, but basically in order of who's the most, you, Pax, Fizz, in that order.
Okay.
So how many temporary
will-
hit points do you get now?
I will
48
bonus
or
action
something?
Healing word for
8. Okay.
for poor Pax.
What do you get?
Something.
48 temporary hit points.
Yeah, so I have to add those here. I will do
There you
that
go.
now.
Bang,
And,
48.
I'm not gonna move because then it will attack me.
Do you want to use your reaction to do the thing you can do? Because it moved into your space.
Yes, please. It is in my space, and I would like to do that. So it is a con save, DC 16.
Okay. 11.
Awesome! So that means it takes this in necrotic damage, I believe. Oh wait, that's
Yep.
Halo Spores. Da.
That's right.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Do you get to do? Is it double damage when you're in your symbiotic entity? No, I'm thinking of your.
Don't think so. I think it just allows me to move it when I'm.
Yeah, now
in
you
my
can move it
entity.
if you need to.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So 8. All right.
Oh wait. Yeah. Double damage dice for Halo Spores damage.
All right. Yeah. So roll that again. It did roll it twice. It rolled 2d8.
It
There you
should
go.
have already.
Yep,
Yeah. Okay.
it did. So it rolled. You just rolled a 7. All right.
Okay.
It is the frog Hemat's turn, who is no longer
Ooh.
confused, but it does have to roll a d4 on everything it does because of synaptic static. All right. So, it is going to. So it has 30 feet of movement. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it drag you through. It can only move 15 feet with you dragging it, so it's gonna go 5, 10, 15. Well, everything is out of its reach, so it's gonna. So you're basically good because you can't be hit with more tentacles because it can only grapple you once. So you can't be tentacled more than one time. However, it can bite and tongue you, which sounds terrible.
Ew.
So it's going to use its tongue attack on you first. I basically need you to make a. Oh, you're already in 5 feet, so that's irrelevant. So it can only bite you. So here comes its bite against you, and then it would be minus a d4.
And disadvantage because of the cloak. Damn it.
Does 15 hit?
No! It misses.
That's good, because you would have been swallowed and had a really bad time.
Oh.
Okay, cool. It is your turn, Kaylin. You see this thing tries to bite on you. You're just like dodging your head out the way, like no, not today, not today. It's looking real hurt though.
Awesome. I'm gonna use my rapier and I'm gonna like try to stab up through its jaw as it opened its mouth to try to bite me.
All right.
Ah, you meh.
Unfortunately,
Oh, no.
that does not hit. So, do you have like a dagger or anything in your offhand? Because you can attack twice if your offhand weapon's a light weapon.
I can pull out a dagger. You betcha.
Sure, Stabby. You just won't get your dexterity modifier on the damage of your dagger.
On the damage, got it.
Yep, on the damage. So whatever you would just that'll hit, and so you'll just do 2 damage plus the 19, so 21.
Jesus.
It's still up, but you stabbed through like the dagger. You stabbed it in the top of its mouth, and you basically just ripped it back, and you split the top of its mouth open, and just acidic spit is just seeping out.
Gross.
Pax, it is your turn.
Okay. So is it clear that Fitz is unconfused now because he's taking damage, or is he still confused?
He seems to have shaken it off, and he seems to put his gun away from being in your face. He kind of lowered it, so he does not seem confused anymore, or controlled, should I say.
Synaptic static works so well. I think we're gonna do that. We'll just psychic glance against the Froghemoth.
Okay.
Oop. If I click cast in D&D Beyond, does that show up?
It's not. I don't know why.
Okay. Then if you'll just roll for me, I think it's 7d6.
Yeah, probably. Here, I'll just do this. 30. All right, cool. So. All right. Yes. You only used one of your 5th level slots, I think, right? Or did you cast Psychic Glance at 5th level before?
This is my 2nd level, so I have one more slot at this level.
Okay, so you've used 1 5 and 2 4s, correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check because I think when you clicked it on D&D Beyond, it took off both your 5th level slots. Like, I don't think he'd use that many 5th level slots.
Okay.
No, but so I made sure you're right. So you've only burned 2 4th levels and 1 5th level slot, and you're good for that. So we're good there.
Then I'll move closer to Kaylin to Bardic Inspiration Arrow. If 35 more feet will get within range of that.
it will. The Oblex will get an attack of opportunity on you, but the Froghemoth does die, and Kalen is released
Yay.
from grapple.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, then I will stay put since Galen's released from grapple.
Cool. Yes, you are no longer grappled. You can stay put there, Pax. And Fizz, this thing that was dominating you and telling you to shoot your friend is no longer in control of you. But it did
But that's
eat
my
your
turn.
memories. Okay.
All right. Is this grassland or is this swamp water?
Basically, you have
Like, can I move here and not burn myself?
Yeah, you can basically move like through those little bushes. Yeah, this is basically the border of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna back up just so
okay.
I can have range with my gun,
All right.
and I will shoot, reload, shoot.
All right.
Yeah. Shoot, reload, shoot.
You have a minus D4 on all of your stuff because of the memory.
First
Thing.
one, second one.
The second one will miss no matter what. The first one will hit no matter what. So
Alright. For 9. Well, hold on.
19 piercing.
Yep, 19 piercing damage.
Okay.
Shoot, reload, shoot.
You have action surge.
I do, but I'd only get one attack.
Gotta use them hand cannons, man. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay. Alright, so it's going to, seeing that you got out of its way, it's going to move closer, so like right there, and it's gonna take a pseudopod at Anthea, and then
Do I get an attack of opportunity if it moved kind of away?
Yeah, if
It's
you
now
want,
out
go
of-
for it. Yeah.
Okay. And then I can use a spell, right? With my
If you have
Warcaster?
Warcaster, yep, as long as the spell only attacks a single target.
Okay. Let me just quickly... Actually, what I could do is... How about I just chill touch it? Can I do that?
Absolutely.
Let's do that.
19 does hit for 14 necrotic. Okay, and it cannot regain hit points. Great. So it's going to use a pseudopod against you, Anthea.
Okay.
15 to hit
That hits.
for 30 total damage, 17 of that
Okay.
being psychic. And then it's going to take a pseudopod again against Pax. An 11 misses. It goes to smack. It
Alright.
misses. And then it's gonna try and eat more of your memories, Fizz. So give me another DC 18 Wisdom saving
man.
throw at advantage. You pass. You do not take any damage, but just so you know, the memory drain maintains until a short or a long rest, or until you get greater restoration or healed with the heal spell.
But he doesn't increase the die because he didn't drain me.
Correct. I want to see how much damage it would have been. 23. That would have really not been that bad, comparatively. Anyway, Anthea, your turn.
Okay. I want to throw my spores in a 10-foot cube over him.
Okay.
And then I will... Well, did he seem to not like the chill touch? It seemed to work on him.
Yeah, it seemed to do damage. Yeah.
Yeah, I will go ahead and do that again then. Why not?
So it's got to make a con save against your
Oh, yeah, the spores. This is a con save of DC 16, I think?
7. Or it takes 2d8
Alright.
damage. So give me that damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll 2d8 from here.
There you go. I just wanted it to be more in line with the map. Okay, cool. Alright, this thing's still looking pretty big and oozy.
Okay, and the chill touch missed, right?
Yep, chill touch
Move it
missed.
10.
Yep.
Okay, and I think that's all I can do on my turn. I mean, I could move. Let me just move down here.
Alright. You are still within its range, so.
Oh, boo.
Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
that
it's
means it
like
can't
10
hit you, so that's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
It's got a 10-foot reach. Kaylin, it is your turn.
Alrighty, so finally being free from that crazy thing, I will plant my feet and flick my wrist, calling out my collapsible longbow, and I will bonus action steady aim and take a shot at this guy.
Do it.
With advantage.
Do it.
And
Roll
I got
again.
that. And then I have this.
Yep.
20. I'll take the 20 with the 18.
Cool. So what's that? 26, 37 damage. All right, that's a pretty good shot. You shot and you exploded one of the skulls inside of its big, slimy, oozy form, and it's still just wobbling around.
Can I have a free perception check to scan the field?
Sure.
Make sure nothing else is popping up, or could that be investigation instead?
We'll say perception because it's just cool. What's your passive investigation?
Passive investigation is an 18.
There's still like acid bubbles popping and stuff, but they're smaller. They're about the size they were. They're nowhere near as big as the one that exploded and revealed this thing.
Okay,
it's back
so
to kind of what it was looking like.
Perfect. No jerk bubbles. Got it. Awesome.
Nah.
Great.
I mean, all the bubbles are jerk bubbles, but none are like ginormous, huge obelix jerk bubbles.
There's no big jerk bubbles. Got it. Okay, cool.
Right.
That'll be the end of my turn.
It is your turn. What would you like
Did we
to
lose
do,
Pat?
Sir Pax? No, he reconnected.
Yes, I do.
Oh, there you go.
There he is.
What would you like to do?
The bus, the audio quality is not okay.
No, you're good.
And Thea's pretty low on health still, yes?
Yeah, she's
Yeah, but I'm okay.
she's still covered in mushrooms.
Yeah.
And am I close enough to her to Bardic Inspiration first? She's a little down.
You can bardic inspiration. Everybody except Kaylin.
Okay, I'll Bardic Inspiration and Thea.
Okay.
Yay.
Then-
Did you can?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, D10, correct. And then I'm
Yes,
going to
thank
chromatic
you.
orb. I'm going to try lightning on our unfriendly
Ooh,
friend.
spicy.
Okay. All right.
Get
So we get
3
third.
H if it hits.
Alright. Cool. Go ahead and roll me that damage. And you're just doing it at first level? I like it.
Third level.
Oh, at third level. Okay. It will be at disadvantage because you are within melee range.
Okay.
So, third level will be 5d8 lightning damage. Sheesh.
7 to 19. 7 plus
yeah.
9 is the 16.
16. You go and you throw this diamond up in the air and it spins around really quickly and kind of charges with electricity and goes to blast him with lightning, but the lightning bolt just barely misses as the 16 does not hit.
Dang it.
Very close, but unfortunately it misses. So, any movement you wish to take on your turn, or do you wish to stay there?
Until a minute, I would have stayed. I
Okay.
can't miss.
All right. Fizz Boom Brass.
Yeah. I'll take an attack of opportunity to get away.
18 to hit.
Yes.
38 psychic damage.
Oh, right.
38 total. 20 bludgeoning. 18.
Got it. I will reload.
Okay.
Shoot.
All right.
Reload. And this
All right.
will be a minus D4. I'm sure I missed.
16 misses. Yes.
Yeah. So I will then. Yeah, I'll action surge for shoot, reload, shoot.
All right.
Shoot.
That's gonna hit no matter what you roll on that back one. 11.
I would like to reroll that too with Pearson,
All right. Go for it.
because I can do that.
Yes, sir.
So replace that 2 with a 3.
All right. So 12 damage. Okay.
And then shoot, reload, and then shoot.
Okay.
I don't know if this would clash with it, but I would like to just forego rolling entirely to use my clockwork amulet and get a 21.
Does it work on attack rolls?
Yep. When you make an attack roll, it's only attack rolls.
Oh, for some reason I thought the clockwork amulet was for ability check.
It's only attack rolls.
That's fine.
So I just auto get a 21, so I don't know if I have to roll a d4 for that, because I kind of just get it.
Yeah. So it gives you a 10, but you still have to roll the d. You got a 21? Yeah, the lowest you can hit is its AC, so you'll hit it. Its AC is 17, so.
Yeah, I forego rolling a d20 entirely to get a 10.
Yep, that works. Yep. If you had the d6, I would make you roll it just because you could get under it. So.
Okay, so I'm going to just this attack is just purely damage.
Okay. 20. All right. So you action surge. You should try anything on your bonus action.
Yes, I will second wind.
Excellent. 14. Great.
Yes. And that is my turn.
Okay. All right. So it is not a fan of the fact that it's getting blasted from range with a spell or with arrows. So I want to. Where's my measuring tape? Cool. It can reach you. I need from you, please, Kaelin. I need a. Let me see which save this is. Alright, so I need a straight strength check from you as you start to feel your body being controlled and lifted up in the air. So it's going to make a ability check with its spellcasting ability contested by a strength check by you. So it's going to use its intelligence versus
Can't use
your
athletics or acrobatics.
Nope, it's a straight strength. So it is its intelligence versus your strength. So a 10. You really don't have to do that much.
Oh my god!
So, let's see. I'm pretty sure that because it's concentration, let's see. Cast a spell or action each round. You can insert your will. Yes. So it's gonna maintain concentration on the spell, but you are currently unaffected by said spell. So, and that is its action. So, Anthea.
Okay.
You saw it kind of like pulse up and start to like shake and quiver a little bit, and Kaelin started to quiver a little bit, and then nothing happened. So.
Oh no, that's not a good sign though. Okay, well, Also, did it do
Oh, it did not make
will
a
it do
con
the
save.
con save on my turn or its turn?
I think it's on your turn.
Okay, we'll do it on my turn. Just easier to.
You have to use your reaction. So yes.
Oh,
when it comes in 10 feet of you or starts its turn, since you used it last round, you have to wait until your turn. So it's your turn. So I'll say that you can just burn your reaction right now if you want and do it.
Okay. Yes, I'll use my reaction for that.
16.
And that passes. Darn. Okay. In that case, is it looking like pretty injured or not?
It's still looking pretty hardy.
Okay, that's not great. I want to try something then.
Do it.
Let's try. I don't have any concentration stuff going on right now, so let's throw that into the mix.
Insect plague.
But I want to position it so no one else is in it, so it's just like over the swamp, like up here, like.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot spear, so.
I
I just want him to be on the edge of it, so it's not on Sir Pax.
Okay. So it is actually same. Whoops. Actually, you have a spell token for insect plague in your journal.
I forgot about this.
Me too. That's why I just searched it.
Will bring it over.
So it's a con save.
Come on, please load.
It rolled a 13. So it makes 26 piercing damage.
Why is
I
it
can
not
pull it on the
letting
map if
me-
you want.
If you don't mind, it's not showing up for me, which is odd.
Boop. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it goes.
There you go.
Now, of course, it does.
Yep.
We both delete it. Okay, I got
That's
it.
fine. There you go. Yeah, so you can put it wherever you
I'll
want.
position it right there so it's over him, but not Pax.
Okay.
And there we go. And then I think he has to make a con save.
He failed.
He failed. Awesome.
Alright,
I'm
so
going to
since it's
roll
bright
piercing
purple,
damage.
it's good. Yeah, you rolled 26 damage already. Because it rolled with it.
Oh, it already did it.
So,
oh,
yes.
sorry. I didn't realize it rolled both.
So
Alright,
it also will
that's
have to
my
make the save again when it starts its turn or ends its turn there. When it enters for the first time or ends its turn there. Alright, cool.
Okay.
That your turn. Kaylin. Oh, actually I gotta make a con save for this guy.
Fail, 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 fail.
Fail.
Yes.
You'll never, I'm gonna move this for a second. You'll never know what the spell was.
That's fine. I don't care. He's gonna get another force arrow to the face. It's fine.
Yeah, like it was. Can I take a guess?
Mm-hmm.
Telekinesis.
Correct.
Ah.
It's gonna throw you in the air and drop you in the acid.
Yep, that was gonna be my next guess after Pi guessed what it was. Yeah, same stuff, different day.
27 for sure will hit, and that, yep, will hit. So it's gonna be
So 43 points of damage.
it's looking pretty rough. All right, Pack. Anything else in your turn, Kayla?
I just shout to them, hit where my arrow hit. And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Pax. It is your turn.
And do some still on melee with it, correct?
You are still in melee with this. Its reach is 10 feet, so you could actually move a square back if you wanted to, and it wouldn't hit you. Plus, it already used its reaction, so you could actually run as far away as you. Since
Yeah, let's get 20 feet away.
okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. So you're right.
Okay, and
You're right near Fitz.
Perfect. I'll say, Kaylin, okay, that is great advice. Let me see if I can land in that spot, and that's my last 4th level slot for another psychic land.
Okay. You want me to roll it from D&D Beyond for you?
Yeah. So 76 after making it.
So DC 17 intelligence save, and if it fails, it will take 31 psychic damage. It rolled on a plus 10. I rolled a 14. How do you wish to kill the Oblex?
Yes.
Just going with Kaylin's advice, aiming right for that tiny spot, like lance right through it, dissolves outward from that growing hole over the lance.
As you put a mental lance through the Obelix, you see that it kind of freezes up for a second, and then it starts to melt and dissolve, and all of the skulls and bones that are maintained within it start to just leak out and pour onto the ground. And the Obelix just dissolves into the water. As you guys watch the Obelix dissolve and the Froghemoth eventually dissolve in the acid water, you see that the coloration of the swamp seems like it's starting to lighten up a little bit. You see that there are fewer and fewer sulfuric acid bubbles bursting and popping. The gases that were rising from the surface of water start to fade. And the murky green-brown water turns to more of a natural clear-ish color. The smell alleviates. And as you're the closest to the water's edge right now, Anthea, and as you're kind of looking at it, and kind of just like touching the water as you see the color and the smell disappear, you feel that the water is getting colder, which is odd because it's not inherently cold out. It's like an afternoon, like a fall or late summer afternoon, so it's fairly warm. It's very comfortable outside, but the water itself starts to gain a chill, almost like it is an icy lake. And as you kind of touch the water, feel it getting colder, and you see it clearing up a little, go ahead and make for me a perception check, please.
Perception.
Can I quickly do something as this is happening?
Sure.
And I'll take damage if necessary, but I want to quickly grab my vial and just plunge it into a nearby sulfuric bubble as it's popping to get some of the water, and it's still
yeah.
acidic form.
As you stick the vial in there to try and grab it in its acidic form, you get it, and it doesn't cause any damage to you, but you do see that the water, that the acid in the vial, does become clear and does become water. It seems that whatever was cursing this lake has been alleviated, and the acid that you collected has lost all of its
Oh, we should have left them alive.
With a 23, Anthea, you see as as you kind of stare down, kind of watch the flow of the water and the color start to return back to what you assume to be normal, you see something sparkling from the depths of this lake about here.
Sparkle.
As you look, it's a solid 120, 150 feet down. You can't quite make out what it is, but if you want to swim down there, you can, or you can do whatever you like. But there is something at the bottom of the lake down there that's kind of glinting from the sunlight.
Point it out to everybody and say, how do you suppose we should try to see what's down there?
We have a
Anyone
cup of
any
water
ideas?
breathing, or that was unavailable but not.
You did not buy it, but it was there.
We didn't buy it. We have regrets. Buyer's remorse.
Buyer's remorse.
Not
DM
buyer's
exactly.
remorse.
offers that you should always buy.
You can. So the way that that breathing works in D&D is that you can hold your breath for 1 minute plus your Constitution modifier. So, like for example, Anthea, you have a Con mod of 1, which means you can hold your breath for 2 minutes. And if you don't have a swimming speed, you can swim at half of a minute. So effectively, if you're dashing with your swim, you could swim 30 feet per round, and you can hold your breath for 20 rounds because you have 2 minutes. So you can basically swim down there in 5 rounds. And you can specifically because that's your speed and your stuff. So you can swim down in 5 rounds if you want to, and swim back in 5 rounds, and still have 1 minute of holding your breath left.
Oh, okay. In that case,
But anybody who wishes to also do that, the same math applies. You just
I
do
don't
1 plus
mind
your con
fetching
mod.
it.
Okay.
Does anyone feel particularly like they must go fetch it, or
Probably go with you just for safety.
Okay.
that's fair?
Paxi, you can
Never-
hold your breath
never
for.
scuba alone.
Pax can swim a little bit faster and hold his breath a little
Oh.
bit longer. So,
Perfect.
but you guys can both get down there at the same time without a problem. So as you guys get down to the bottom, you see that as you get closer and closer, the thing that's kind of glinting and sparkling is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But you get down there, and it seems to be some type of door or hatch or something at the bottom of this lake, 150 feet down.
It's a hatch?
It's like a hatch or like a door that goes somewhere.
I'll motion to Pax and make like an opening motion and then kind of shrug, like, should we open this?
I'll do a thumbs up,
Alright.
and yeah, let's try that. See, do I have anything that does?
Okay. So you guys are trying to open the hatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Go ahead and give me athletics checks. You can either both roll, or one of you can roll with advantage. It's up to you.
Probably better math to do one of us at advantage. Hey, man.
Yeah, are you
I
good
think
at
it's
athletics?
+0 for you.
Kaylin and Fizz, you both see the two of them swim down, kind of sitting at the bottom. Anything you guys wish to do in the meantime?
I ain't joining them. I'm in pain.
Okay.
I mean, as long as they don't come chase them back up here, I guess I'll just kind of stand here and keep an eye on them, and kind of like with a force arrow knocked, just keeping an eye out around them to make sure nothing jumps out at them.
Okay. All right. So Pax or Anthea, which one of you wants to roll athletics?
I'm +2. How are you, Anthea?
I'm a +1, so I think you're more athletic.
Okay.
So I'll help you somehow.
Do you want me to? Well, basically, you can both be
Use your
pulling on it.
advantage.
You can both be pulling on it at the same time, but Pax will just be the one.
Perfect.
I'm
Okay.
rolling D&D Beyond. 10 and an 18. +2, so
Cool.
dirty 20.
Awesome. So with an 18, Kaylin, you see the two of them look like they are doing something down there. You're not quite sure what, but they both have planted their feet on the bottom of this lake and are both like grabbing and pulling at something. And as you, with that 18, as you just grunt and pull, you kind of blow out some of your air as you're forcing this thing open. And you almost take a mouthful of water, but immediately the two of you disappear. And
Ooh.
yes, well, you aren't in roll 20 anymore, but I will throw Anthea over to where you guys went to. Anthea, you and Pax end up somewhere else. It's very, very cold here. The walls are lined with ice. The
You in the
ground.
water still?
You are no longer in the water. You are in a
Ooh.
dry area where you can breathe. The walls are lined with ice. You were soaking wet, and so now you're starting to shiver and starting to feel the effects of being very, 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 very cold.
I will lay down a
and-
dagger and cast heat metal on it to make some heat for us.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you can
smart.
definitely pulsate some of that heat off of the heat metal dagger as you two try and kind of warm yourself up. It's not going to be enough to dry you off or anything, but it'll be enough to keep your hands warm if you're kind of huddling over it. As the two of you are kind of huddling over this dagger, you look around, and the door that you pulled open seems to have been a one-way trip.
No!
You and Pax have been ported to a very cold place that you can only see what you can see, and that's not really that much.
Can I do some dancing lights to help us out a bit with that?
You can. What is dancing? Is it 30 feet?
It is up to 4, making them appear as torches, blah, blah, blah. 10-foot radius.
Cool. All right. So.
Dim light in a 10-foot radius.
So we'll just do this. I already have that around you. That's what 10 feet is.
Perfect. Okay.
so-
I can make them move though. I can have 4 of those,
Okay.
so I can move
that's
them around on my turn.
That's fine. Yep. So we'll come back to that here in a second because I don't actually have
Okay.
dancing light tokens.
Yeah, for sure.
Kaylin, you see both Anthea and Pax just disappear, but the thing they were grabbing on is seemingly still down there.
Biz, we have a problem.
Hmm.
We have a problem. The other two are gone.
You know, I didn't know them that well.
I mean, I can understand that, but at the same time, the one that vanished has more vials.
So does stores.
Yeah, but you probably don't have to pay for hers.
I'm rich.
Alright, well, fine. See you later. And I dive in.
There you go. Anthea, you should have control of those 4.
Ooh, so fancy.
All right.
Is the door that they went into, is it open?
No, it is closed.
Oh, God.
You can certainly start pulling and pulling and pulling.
Yeah, I will try to
Real
pull.
life.
All right, go ahead and make me a athletics check.
6.
You're pulling, but there's not a lot of. But I will say, if you want to tie a rope around it and give yourself some more leverage, you kind of can brace your legs around the bottom. You can yank it, and that will lower the DC if you want to. You can
Yeah,
keep on trying.
Yeah, I'll use the second charge.
You have 4 minutes of holding your breath, so you can keep pulling for a while.
I do. I can live down here forever. I will use the second charge of my glove of rope summoning and use that rope.
All right.
Do another athletics check.
We'll say with advantage. Oh, I don't even need it. 19. Cool. So you have dark vision, right?
Yes, I do.
Cool. You find yourself. You come down here, and you end up behind Pax and Thay. I'll move that there just so. There's that, and bam. You find yourself with Pax and Anthea in this dry but very, very cold ice lining the walls kind of air-filled region. There's no water in here. The door that you came to no longer be present, but your two compadres are in here. It's very cold, very dry, and you can see your breath in the air, but you are chilled and soaked to the bone as you are gone.
Oh man, what happened? It's cold.
So Fizz, you've just seen all 3 of your party members kind of swim to the bottom of this lake, and they are gone.
And here's Fizz's thought process, right? He was taught to, told to help people who need it, and to help out folks in need. But at the same time, he also knows his limits and how many explosions before it's too many that he can blow himself up with. And he's hurting right now. And these random people that he barely knows just jumped into water and then disappeared, right?
Yeah?
Doesn't seem necessarily abnormal. They did go through plans to get you from Moreau to this port town.
That is very true. And the player in me doesn't want to split off and make this difficult for you, but the character thought process for me is different than that. And I feel like Fizz would want to come back fully geared and get a night's rest so he doesn't hurt himself anymore. Because he's in pain. He got his memories drained.
I will say, you can take a short rest up here if you want to and recover HP and get rid of the memory drain pain, but you will have to make it back to a town that you have only walked from one time alone through the evening with the likelihood of being attacked. So take that into consideration as Fizz of, you have your party here who are gone now. You have this lake which you're now surrounded by, which is in unfamiliar territory. To go back through woods to a city that you don't really know how to get back to too well. You can make it back there. It might just take longer than it took you to get here. So you have those options. You have stay, you can go, or you can go with them, or just kind of figure it out. But Fizz would know that staying alone in an unfamiliar place could equally be as bad as following these people into the lake. So no matter, all your decisions are dangerous. So you just get to pick
Hooray.
one. So go where you want. Just know that the common sense would give you all of that information too of what I just described. So
Common sense would probably also be like, don't fucking jump into an unknown lake with a bunch of strangers that can teleport. That's weird.
If you know they can teleport, probably teleport back out.
Yeah.
But do what you want. Just know.
Weird question.
Yeah.
So I have block and tackle, which is a set of pulley. Oh, just display it.
It's fishing gear. Yeah.
Well, lets me hoist things.
Yeah.
So at 4 times the weight I can normally lift, and I can lift up to 450 pounds base.
So 1,800 pounds.
So could I theoretically set that up to just hold open the hatch, like, forever?
You can certainly try, yeah.
I like that idea.
All right.
I do want a short rest.
Well, you can certainly short rest up here if you want to, or you can hook that up and then short rest.
I'll
What's
hook it up and then short rest.
All right, so you hook it up. Do you
Dip
open
back
it?
later.
Yeah. Do you open it while you're down, when you're down there, or do you?
Oh,
or
no,
do you,
I'm-
do you open it before you rest? Even is my question, or do you wait till after
I'm
you rest?
gonna hook my hooks to the hatch and then use my pulley system to open it.
Okay.
When I get back to the surface and rest.
All right. You can go ahead and do that, and then if you wish to do that, and the three of you, while you're down there, Pax goes ahead and ritually casts Tiny Hut and makes a nice, warm, dry hut for you guys to kind of take some time. And I'll say, because he can change the temperature inside of it, he can make it warm enough that sitting in there for equivalent to like a short rest or a little bit longer would let your clothes dry off enough that you would not suffer the effects of extreme cold. And if you want to roll, hit dice or anything while you're in there, you can certainly do that. And since Michael's gone, when we play next, he can always just roll hit dice for Pax if he so chooses. So
Yeah,
I'm
I think
not
I'll
gonna-
roll mine when we get back, because then
Yeah, me too.
I'll know.
Cool. All right, so Fizz is rolling. Fizz is
Mhm.
now, just so Fizz gets HP back. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Yeah, you have 12, so you can roll as many as you like.
Yep. One last one.
Okay, there you go. And as you like pull it open and look down, all you see is blackness beyond where you lifted the door open.
Okay. Are we still playing because we're despite missing someone? Okay.
Yeah, for a few more minutes.
Can I just like pick up a stone and see it sink in?
Yeah, you drop a stone, and it eventually makes it 150 feet down and just disappears.
Hmm.
You guys see a little pebble just fall out of the hole, or it just falls out from above you. There's no like door there or anything; it just appears.
Can I try to stand under it? Will you be able to see me if I do? I'll move the light around a bit.
You stand under there and you move some stuff around, but as soon as you send the dancing light upward, there just seems to be ceiling. Just like a 10-foot high ceiling.
Here's also the thing, right? Because I'm thinking in character. If I go in water, my black powder's wasted.
Not if it's in your component pouch. That thing's basically waterproof.
I don't have a component pouch.
As a gunslinger, you would be smart enough to have a waterproof black powder bag.
I have a backpack.
Yeah, I'd say the bag. I would say that you have a weatherproof like gunpowder bag, because being the level that you are and having guns for as long as you would have had them, you would have had bad times enough with moisture and gunpowder to know to have a small little pouch that you can put the gunpowder in so that it doesn't get affected by water.
Okay.
So that's my official black powder ruling.
That's generous. Okay. Boy, I'm just gonna leave my machine here to keep the hatch pulled open
Okay.
forever.
Okay.
Until I come back, I guess. And
Okay.
then I'll go down, I guess.
As you swim down, you eventually disappear, and let me do this real quick. Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Excellent. I think I got you set up already. I do. You also over down here. You find yourself kind of falling right onto the ground. You land outside of the tiny hut, It is very cold in here. The walls are icy. The floor is cold and dry and bare. You are wet, very, very wet. But I'm assuming they would eventually maybe let you into the tiny hut, but we'll see how that goes next time. But you find yourself looking around. You don't see anything except a wall behind you, a 10-foot ceiling above you, and then this tiny hut with 3 of your folks, your party members, inside of it, in this cold, darkened place that doesn't have any real natural light, and you can only see as far as you can see. But when we come back next time, we will see what's next. Guess found yourself in some cold place. Some cold place.
We are in some cold and spoopy place. That is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just Canada.
It's Canada. What's spoopier?
Yeah.
Because
All
even
right,
here,
well-
it'd be like, sorry, we're cold, eh?
mean Canada.
But see, Michael did the very Canadian thing of offering you a hut for the night.
Yes, exactly.
There you go. But all right, well, we will pick up in 2 weeks from today, hopefully. So the 7th.
Oh,
So, maybe.
that's
We'll figure
I'm
it out.
not able to make that day, but
All right, let me end the recording, and then we'll figure out the next day.
yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Great game, but for now, everybody say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye,
Bye,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Bye, YouTube. Happy dungeon delving, everyone.